Good evening to you. In Look East tonight, we celebrate the anniversary of Dunkirk with a trip aboard one of those gallant sailing ships. We dip into the Thursday Post bag and reveal how a Norfolk village found itself the centre of a scare that wasn't over these little fellas. All that, plus your local news in Look East in a moment. Well, it's not the first time that the villagers of Horning down on the Norfolk Broads have been taken for a ride. Several summers ago, the local vicar ceremoniously crowned and kissed the village beauty queen, who turned out to be his teenage son in drag, and of course the hoax hit the headlines. This morning, the villagers woke up to read in their local paper that they were facing an epidemic of diseased coypu, and even the Guardian's front page gave a prominent position to a story about a hunt for these infected rodents. Hoax number 2 was now complete, and Tony Skase takes up the story.
It was yesterday afternoon that a small band of white-coated men claiming to be from Porton Down moved in on the holiday village to begin their elaborate operation. Residents and holidaymakers were warned to be on the lookout for coypu, dead or alive. A frogman slipped into the river, and at either end of the village 2 census points complete with signs were set up on the road. Motorists were stopped and told to drive over a straw mattress after having their wheels sprayed with a disinfectant. They were also asked to fill in this questionnaire, nicely printed and said to be commissioned by the Department of the Environment for Bacteriological Research. But it was a warning about the danger of touching any of the so-called diseased animals that caused the hoax to misfire. Today, police were called in after Ministry of Agriculture officials had issued press releases denying any knowledge of the investigation. 5 hours ago, the hoaxers gave themselves up, a group of students from the University of East Anglia. It was all a rag stunt. Chris Ward and Adam Wyde helped organise it. Adam, what was the reaction of the villagers?
Well, they were really great, actually. It was very refreshing. I think this was the best part of the whole afternoon. But the local inhabitants were just so friendly, and they were so nice, and we were obviously very grateful to them for not being too annoyed or frustrated by our attempt at this stunt.
But some are reported to be alarmed at the possibility of disease spreading.
Well, we hope not. I don't know who you're referring to, but we issued instructions to all of our helpers, there are about 30 in all, and these say, and I can quote here, stress to anyone who asks that the disease is not injurious to humans, farm animals or domestic pets. And this recurs about 4 or 5 times in our instructions here, and every time we met anybody we made perfectly clear that there was absolutely no danger to humans or their pets.
Chris, I'm told the village policeman was at the scene. What happened?
Well, the village policeman turned up in his minivan, as a local bobby, and he was quite intrigued. He could see all these people. He was surprised he hadn't been informed, of course, but it was sufficiently authentic to look like really a coypu control operation. And he just sat there and chatted for a while about the coypu his dog had seen and how they used to the dog and the coypu play together or something. And then he just went, as simple as that.
You really did take him in?
We took in the police, and we also seem to have taken in the press as well.
Well, how many vehicles were stopped in all?
Well, impossible to estimate. We gather about, well, 1 every 30 seconds, say, but no more than 4 ever built up at any one time.
Well, you know, there are going to be people who are going to say you were irresponsible.
Well, I don't see why they should.
You set up roadblocks.
Well, certainly, but I mean, it is all for publicity, and we certainly seem to have achieved publicity. This is publicity of our Rag Week, which will take place June the 14th to the 21st, and we hope to raise £5,000 for local charities. And I hope people aren't annoyed by that anyway.
But didn't you go too far when you mentioned Porton Down? After all, it's a place where they take good care of deadly germs.
Yes, in fact, in point of fact, what's it called?
Porton Down.
Porton Down was scarcely ever mentioned. It doesn't occur on any of the documents you showed on the television. It may have occurred sometimes in conversation, but no great stress was laid upon it at all. It was really intended as a reserve that we could refer to as being from there, not local.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you very much.
Chris Ward and Adam Wyde talking there to Tony Skase, the wind up the willows of Horning.